Hello Ariens Snowblower fans. I had a small issue that's unrelated to this video that I fixed, but it required removing the access panel, and this is what I discovered. Basically, I couldn't put the 4 bolts on the side back in. The 2 at the top went in okay. I could only get 1 of the 4 to go, and it was extremely frustrating because I didn't want to take the wheels off at the time because my wrench would fit in there. And so finally it became so frustrating that I ordered some new screws and clips, and let me show you why. Now this snowblower is 3 years old, and this is the first time I took that panel off. Like I said, I had a very minor issue, took care of it real quick. But anyway, I saw a video where a 2018 Ariens Snowblower was being reviewed. It was basically reviewing the electronic fuel injection, which I decided not to get. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's a side note. But what I discovered was these J-clips here, they're like all rounded out, and if I look at the screws, you see they're all messed up too. It's like they weren't even done correctly, and you look at the J-clips and they're like all stretched out. You see how it's not close together? And not only is it all stretched out, but it's like gulled and rounded, and so I don't know what's going on. Now I did measure them, and they're all 1/4 20, so it's not like they accidentally used metric clips. So being mostly, when I deal with these things, it's mostly automotive, I went ahead and ordered 2 packs, a pack of J-clips and a pack of screws to replace them with in 1/4 20. And I ordered the GM version. There's a Ford version and a GM version, and I'll show you the GM version when it gets here. But basically, it boils down to this depth right here, how far it clips onto the panel, how deep it goes into the panel. And that's the difference between the Ford J-clip. Well, anyway, and also you can see that it's really just spread apart. So when it's clipped in there and you try and screw it in straight, it doesn't start. It's not aligned. It's not like you can align it when it's in there. So anyway, when they get here today, I'll videotape those and show you the difference. Now, could I have taken my 1/4 20 tap and die and reamed them out and made them work better? Yeah, sure, but you know, especially since these clips were like sprung, I just decided to go ahead and buy new ones. Alright, my clips have arrived. Let's see if I guessed correctly here. Split the bag here and get one of these guys out. And it looks like, without taking measurements, I've got it. And just look how off that original is. It's just weird. Okay, and now for the screws. Now notice with the screws I have a starter point so that I can do this blind. It doesn't have to align squarely like with these guys. With these screws, you pretty much have to go straight in, get it started correctly. Look at that, it's binding right up even on the new one. But with the new clip and new screw, it just goes on just smooth, smooth, smooth. So, real happy. Let's get that plate on there. Alright, so there you have it. There's one on the machine right now, so I'm going to replace all 4 here. Let's see. There we go. 4. So let me get started on that. Also, it looks like I'm going to have a tool change. I'm going to go from 3/8 to 7/16. So I might change the top screws out so that I can just use a 7/16 on all 6 of them. Alright, let's get this original one out here. get these guys out. They were never an issue. Alright, let's get this panel off here. And these guys, I guess it's just threaded. Alright, so that's not an issue. And here's the reason for the gloves. So here's the one that didn't mess up, but I'm going to replace all four and put it back together. Alright, I do want to show you how these work going on camera. They actually lock in place in the hole there. That small cutout there, it fits right into the hole, and it really does lock in place so it doesn't come right off. So now those guys are all set. There we go. All set. Ready to go back in place. Also, these screws were much shorter, so I'm going like from a 1/2 inch 1/4 20 screw to a 1 inch 1/4 20 screw. But that extra length of screw hanging out the bottom here in space, it won't matter. Alright, so we'll get these back on. I had to push on this clip a little bit, make sure it's all lined up. Make sure. There we go. And installation. So I'm going to get all these started by hand. Let me make sure my plate is on here okay. Oh yeah, much easier. Much easier. Yeah. I like that it's self-aligning with the little tip on there. Absolutely. Much better, much better. Do not even have to remove the tire. And problem solved.